Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am gonna be showing you this new chuck roast recipe that I saw yesterday. I'm gonna show you how to make it. Okay, so these are ingredients you're gonna need. Obviously, you're gonna need a chuck roast. I think this is like 1.5 pounds. It's kind of small. Funny story about this chuck roast is my husband, he actually got it from work. He's a car salesman, and the customer that he was finishing up with, she said she was just up north. She just bought like 1/4 of a cow, and it was all good. It's really good stuff. It's grass-fed, no hormones, you know, like it's the real deal. It's good stuff. So she was like, well, that's cool, you know, you got the hookup. And the next time she came in to give him the check to finish the payment, she actually brought this with to give to him as a gift. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm making it for dinner tonight. So yeah, you're gonna need a chuck roast, and I have some quartered up potatoes, a half onion right here, a bag of baby carrots. You're gonna need a cup of chicken broth or chicken beef broth, sorry. You can use either one. I'm using this because I have this, so a teaspoon of this is equal to a cup. And then a cube of tomato chicken bouillon, some seasoning salt or regular salt, a can of cream of mushroom, some garlic powder is optional, and then this onion soup mix, and then some oil just to coat this to put the seasonings on. So I am going to season this with some seasoning salt and garlic powder. First, layer this on there a little bit. So I'm going to season this both sides, and I'm going to sear it. We'll get back to you when I'm done seasoning it and I'm about to sear it. Alright, so I'm searing it right now. I'm going to wait until I get like a good crust, and then I'm going to flip it. Oh, just put it on some minutes ago. Actually, I probably could flip it right now. So I'm going to put you down and I'm going to flip it. That is what the crust is looking like. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to get the other side like that, and then I'm going to come back, assemble it all in the crock pot, and I'll show you where I'm at. Alright, so I just did a little tweaking to the recipe. I decided to do 2 cans of 10-ounce cans of cream of chicken, and then 1.5 cups of water to the cube of bouillon, tomato bouillon, and the teaspoon of chicken powder. So I have the soup already in there. I'm going to pour in this onion soup mix. And then I'm going to pour in this broth right here. I'm going to stir that up a little. Get it a little bit incorporated. This is going to make a nice little gravy for you to mix with the drippings from the meat. Alright, so I might take a whisk to that, but I'm going to dump in the potatoes, the onions, the carrots, and then I'm going to lay this roast on top. And I will show you what it looks like. This is what it's looking like. Just poured all the stuff in, and I kind of pushed the roast down a little bit so it's submerged in the gravy mix, because you want to keep it nice and tender as it cooks. I already have it on low. I'm going to put the cover on and cook it for about 6 to 8, maybe 9 hours until it's nice and tender and falls apart. And we'll be back then to show you what it looks like. So I don't know if any of you have kids or babies, but I thought I'd add this in here. This is chopped up spaghetti squash that I am steaming for my 8-month-old son. So basically I just skinned the squash, chopped it up into little pieces, little chunks, put some water in. I'm gonna boil it until it's tender with a fork, kind of like potatoes. And then I blend it, put it into ice trays, freeze it, and then you got homemade baby food. It's really nice. Here's the baby food. Okay, so I have 2 trays. Here it is. And I had some left over from the batch I made, so I'm gonna refrigerate this. Once these are frozen, I'm gonna empty them out into, I have silicone bags. I don't like to keep them in plastic. I have these silicone bags. Then I put the baby food in. So yeah, put it in that, and then I can put the rest of this in the trays and freeze the rest. Yep, it's just literally blended up in my magic bullet. I added like a tablespoon of butter just to give it a little bit more calories. That's how I make baby food. Literally with every food that I make baby food with, it's the same process. Just chopping it up, steaming it, blending it, freezing it. Except for like banana, you don't really need to boil that, obviously. It's soft enough. Peaches and pears, stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I make baby food. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that I let this sit out until it reaches room temperature, because right now it's super hot because it was just boiling and it was just steaming and boiling water. So I let it sit out until it's room temperature, and then I throw it into the freezer because you don't want it to spoil. You know, like if you put something into the fridge and it's still hot, it'll tend to spoil quicker. So that's what I do, just to keep it from spoiling. Hey everyone, so I just checked on the roast. It's been 8 hours since I put it in. It's not quite falling apart like I want it to, so I think I'm gonna keep it in for another hour or so. Check on it then, and hopefully it's just super tender and falling apart. So it has been about 9 hours, and I decided to just turn it to warm. When I pulled it out, it wasn't quite falling apart, but I cut into it and it looks like it looks really good, so I'm going to just leave it like that. The carrots and the potatoes are starting to just fall apart, so I turned it on warm, and I'm going to put in some biscuits. The oven just got done preheating actually, so I am going to throw these in. And those should be done in about 15 minutes. And then once those are done, I'm going to plate everything up and I will show you what everything looks like. Here's what it looks like, plated up. I just tried the meat and it is divine. So yeah, I got the meat, a little gravy over it, the potatoes, carrots, a can of beans I just threw on the stove real quick. And then these are Southern style Pillsbury biscuits. Everything is going to taste amazing. I hope you try it. It turned out real good. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.